Look at this for the run they're on since that defeat to Manchester City in mid-February. 7 wins on the spin. Alan, in all but one of those games, they've scored at least 3. And until today, they've done all of that without their number 9.
Yeah, they've got to say Leeds made it really difficult for them in the first half an hour. They had to work really hard. But once they got that goal, then I thought there was only going to be one winner. 11 games without a goal prior to the World Cup, Jesus. But he's back. They've had to be patient with him with the injury, and that certainly worked because he looked very sharp today. Perhaps should have scored his hat-trick because this was a good chance that he could have put in the back of the net. He gets himself in between the two defenders there. Just doesn't quite get over it there enough. But it's a good ball in, but it should have been in the back of the net. He did really well here. He could have gone down in the first challenge, Christensen. He actually connects with him, but he stays up. But then when you see it from the other angle here, look, he does clip him there, but he stays on his feet. But this time, I don't know what Luke Ealing's doing. It's a stupid challenge there. He actually kicks him in the knee. So, yeah, absolutely the right decision. And he gets up and he has the confidence, stick it straight down the middle. Thank you. Great confidence. But the way he gives and goes here, gives it into Trossard. Clever signing, Trossard. 7 assists already. Only been there since January. He gives and goes, gets on the end of it and gets his second goal. So Arsenal are looking good. I was at that game when they played Man City and were beating it home, and I thought, there's a big test for them here. They're passing the flying colours at the minute.
You've both been in title run-ins. When you look at the run-ins for both clubs, it's the number of games that Manchester City have, and there'll be more, obviously, if they get past Bayern Munich. And they've got the FA Cup semi-final. The interesting thing is actually Arsenal have 3 league games and City 2 before they meet again, Micah. So it could be 11 points when they meet.
It could, but I think with City, with the size that they've got enough to deal with them games. But I just think it's going to go all the way to the end. I think Arsenal are a different breed now. I think they know how to win. Like Alan said, when they played each other and City won, we thought they'd be over. But they clawed the way back, and that's what good teams do.
You can make an argument for either of them, can't you? Big games keep coming, players relish it. Oh, 1 game a week, well, there's time to rest and prepare. You can make an argument for either.
And Mike is right in terms of what he says about the squad. Man City have got the biggest squad, and we keep saying, well, if Arsenal have they had Saka didn't play today, Saliba hasn't played today, and they keep asking those questions and keep getting through those games and winning games. So, yeah, it's going to be an exciting run-in.
Because we had quite a few things going on in the last few days, and the team responded really well to all of them. So, tricky game, tricky opponent, but overall I think we deserve to win the game, and really happy to carry on with the win.
You say there, tricky game, tricky opponent. They certainly made things hard in the opening stages, didn't they, Leeds?
Yeah, they do, and they play with a lot of organisation and desire. We talked about it. We have to be patient. We had a couple of moments that we lost the ball in dangerous areas, and they put 4 players with a lot of pace to explore the spaces. And after I think we got set. We were really efficient in both boxes, I think, and really happy.
Back at the top, it is 8 points. Arsenal in front of Manchester City. Let's go back to the Emirates. Wright, he's smiling away. Sunday for Arsenal, and in particular for the returning Gabriel Jesus, who joins us now. Thank you very much indeed, Gabriel. On a personal level, after all you've been through, how good does that feel today?
Hello, guys. Hello, everyone there.
Nice.
And so happy to be back to start the game again in Premier League. A league that I love and I have been here 7 years. So yeah, so happy to have come back with the team, and also of course I want to score every time, but the 3 points is massive in that period.
I was going to say to you, Gabriel Jesus, about the frustration it must have been watching this team. How frustrating has it been to be out that long and now waiting to get back, knowing that the team need you so much?
Yes, legend. It's normal. You guys play, and you know the game. When you are watching from outside, it's no good. Yeah. But I was happy because the team keep the energy, keep the well paid with the games. It's the most important games we win. So yeah, it's still there. now I have more power, more energy, and of course I want to play till the end of the season to help the team.
Really well done, Gabriel. Thank you very much indeed for joining us there. Apologies.
It's another latest showing of the mental strength that Mikel Arteta has instilled in the Arsenal squad. They saw their lead at the top cut after City's win earlier to just 5 points, and that was the perfect response, was it not, Gary?
It was a perfect response, yeah. And I think if you're challenging or you're on the top of the table and you have a result like the City got before you, there's always that extra bit of pressure on the game. And the way that they went about that game and responded was what they need to do if they're going to go and lift that trophy come the end of the season. But I just feel like they've got a great structure now throughout the team. I think in recent years, it wouldn't be harsh to say that they had a bit of a soft underbelly. They'd go on runs and then wobble a little bit. I just don't see the wobble in this squad at the moment. They've had some fantastic signings, and yeah, they deserve the win, of course.
Many positives for Arteta, including Gabriel Jesus, back amongst the goals for the first time since October. Of course, he's had a long layoff.
Yeah.
The first from the penalty spot, but what about the actual incident? Was it the right call?
Yeah, absolutely. And he sits him down. Haaland just sticks out his foot and he runs into his foot almost. He hits him on the knee. You quite clearly see it here. Look, I mean, he's entitled to go down. There is contact there, and he sweeps home the penalty. He waits for the goalkeeper Milner to move, and he just takes it into the other corner. Fantastic penalty. Nice cool head. Saka's off the pitch because he's ill today. He comes on late in the game. He's took their other 2 penalties this season, but it was no problem for Jesus, and he just carried on going. He was just, Trossard, what a signing he's been. Hit the floor running, knows everything about the Premier League, sticks it into a dangerous area, and Jesus just continues with his run, and he can never miss that. He never miss a chance like that. He's been a wonderful signing for him. He shows great attitude. He's been out for a while. He comes back. I was just saying to Gary, he looks so trim, so looks ready. He's not been like sulking. He's been in the gym. He's been working hard. He's getting it medically fit again, and he looks really, really welcome to play at the moment. He's brilliant.
Let's have a look at the fixtures coming up for the 2 title contenders, both Arsenal and Manchester City. Which dressing room would you prefer to be in? Gary, you've been there. You've won the Premier League a couple of times. When you take those into account, can you pick between the two?
I would probably, if I'm looking at that, I'm looking at probably Man City. So you're looking at the tough games that you're hoping the other team drops points. If you're in the other dressing room, obviously Liverpool, Man City and Chelsea still to play for Arsenal. The big one, of course, is going to be the April, isn't it? The 26th when they play each other. That's going to be the huge game. But like I said earlier, I don't see City going anywhere. The pressure is going to be on all the way until the end. But
do you think they can negotiate all those other the cup games buy-in in the Champions League?
Yeah, this is the other thing. Obviously, the fixture pile up. But in answer to your question, yeah, I do. Because look at the squad that they have and the depth they have. They can change it. You've got a manager who's used to that pile up of fixtures. He's used to this amount of games. But the squad they've got, they're more than capable of dealing with that, I'm sure.
It's hard to call. I've gone with City all season, so I don't want to change now.
But you can't change, won't let you.
But it's very difficult to, because I think Arsenal are putting up a fight. They're not going anywhere. Their signings have been absolutely fantastic. We know that Man City are the team with the experience. And what did they do? Arsenal went out and bought some. Jorginho, Zinchenko, Jesus, and Trossard we already mentioned.
And they're slotting in as if they've been there for years.
Brilliant, because it's all down to the manager. If anyone's fit, you can pick their side. Every single week you can pick it. Continuity, what he's got there, brilliant.
So even with the 0-1 down, we were playing good, and Jack make a good save for the potential 0-2. But in general, the way we played, the way we found our spaces for the way they defend, our intensity, high pressing, the players, all of them, they were magnificent.
Coming out of half-time and then conceding these 2 quick goals obviously broke everything down today, pretty much. The goals, how we conceded, are absolutely not to accept, to be honest, but you saw the impact of these 2 goals, then City now completely in control, and we were open like, I don't know how.
You made a big contribution to the game, scored a goal, but maybe no bigger contribution than that little touch as Mohamed Salah was looking for Jota in the middle when you were 1-0 down.
Yeah, obviously, it's my job. It's everyone's job. People keep saying, a few people have said this to me after the game, but I think anyone would do it in our team. That was obviously part of my job. On the corners to track the runner if they do break. And luckily, I got a touch on it to stop the goal, and then a couple of minutes later, obviously set up Julian. It was an important part of the game, but yeah, it's obviously what I'm there to do, and I want to obviously help my teammates.
Very impressive from Manchester City. So how much were they on it? How much were Liverpool off it? Or is it a bit of both?
It was definitely a bit of both, but tactically I thought Man City got it spot on today. And in terms of John Stones playing in the back four at right back, but going into midfield to overload, and Liverpool just didn't know how to deal with it. And you'll see here what City tried to do. They played with two pivots and the two number 10s, De Bruyne, Gundogan, Rodri and Stones. And what that did, Henderson didn't know where to stay or whether to go. He sort of caught in between two minds. Here, he tried to go the Stones, but really he should be covering. The back four then can come up because he goes to press. It doesn't happen. Robertson has got Mahrez to his left-hand side, but then he decides to go to De Bruyne. De Bruyne's pointing, knows exactly where he wants to go. Henderson, in fairness, tries to get back, but Man City moved the ball too quick, and it's a lovely tap-in for the first goal. The second goal, again, you'll see Man City in midfield, see the three of them, but De Bruyne stays really high, so the Liverpool midfield don't know where to stay, whether to go. The ball comes, it's a bad mistake from Fabinho, but within seconds, you know, Liverpool have always been taught to get the ball back quickly. You know, one goes after it, the other goes back to, and one pat cuts out three players, then leaves Man City 4 versus 3. Loads of space for Alvarez. Van Dijk's got a decision to make. Should he get tight? No, he doesn't do that. Should he drop off and give his defenders a chance in midfield to get back in? Robertson then tries to come and play offside, and that time it's too late, and then it's another easy tapping, but brilliantly worked goal from Man City. And then this is a bit of a low block. So you've got Fabinho and Konate. There needs to be some communication. He gets the ball, and that's fine, that can happen, but it's where he runs to. Just watch how many Liverpool players go towards the ball, and he's left free, right in the box, as the shot, and then, you know, they get the tap in at the end. But watching the game today, we're always thinking, fielder going into the back or defender going into midfield, how can it help within the game? And today showed exactly why, because of the overload, and Liverpool didn't know exactly what to do.
I mean, that's game specific from Micah, obviously.